everybody, it's Ava Rose here, and I was gone for a little while, but I'm back now to tell you guys about the worst day ever. It was Monday the 13th of February. Personally, I want to know why we think that Friday the 13th is bad. I think we should be focusing on Monday the 13th because that is what is really going to mess you up. Because 13 is an unlucky number, obviously, and Monday is the worst day of the week, so it's gonna be the worst day ever. And it was actually 2 years ago to the day that I had a horrible Friday the 13th. I accidentally ate something that I was allergic to, didn't have to go to the hospital, thank God. My friend burned herself, and it was really bad. But this Monday the 13th was even worse than that. So it started off with me waking up so happy. I was like, oh boy, Monday, this is going to be a great day. I'm going to get up, I'm going to do stuff. I was so pumped, rolled over and looked at my clock, slept in for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh my god, I slept in. Oh, and I don't have that much time to get ready in the morning, so that was a serious problem. So I was like, listen, I can still salvage this day. I'm just gonna, like, launch myself out of bed, and then I will have to get ready and not sleep in anymore, right? So I did just that. Heaved myself out of bed, threw myself across the room. Do you think that worked? No, it didn't. Because the minute I got up, I was like, boy, I feel really tired. And then I was like, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a minute and like maybe lean on the wall. And then the next thing I knew, and I was on the floor. Like, I was like several steps backwards from where I had been standing. So I was like, the heck? Why am I on the floor? And then I kind of realized that several parts of my body hurt a lot, such as my head, my back, and my butt. So I was like, everything hurts. This sucks. I don't want to be on the floor. So I got up. And then my mom came running in and she was like, what fell? And I was like, I fell, I think. I mean, I don't really remember falling, but like, I think I fell. And she was like, seriously? How do you just fall? And I was like, no, Mom, like, I was standing up and I fell asleep. And she was like, I think you must have fainted. And I was like, oh, I guess I fainted then. What do you know? I went downstairs to get my breakfast, went to the kitchen, and as I was walking, I kind of just, you know, put a hand to my hair, sort of just ruffled my hair just to have it. But my hair was wet. What? So I looked at my hand and there was blood all over it. And I was like, Mom, I'm not okay. I said I was okay, I'm not okay. There's blood everywhere. I was like, I bet I cracked my skull and then a bone went like right into my brain and it's gonna like go right through my brain. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And my mom was like, sit down, you're fine. I just put pressure on it for a while. Head wounds bleed a lot, but she was like, she like looked at it and she was like, it's a really tiny cut. That was all good and fun. Then my mom offered me to stay home, but only for the morning. Now, if she had offered me to stay home all day, I might have done it, to be honest. But if it was just for the morning, like, first of all, I didn't want to take a bus at lunchtime. I'm not familiar with it, so I wasn't feeling it. And also, I had a bacteria lab this morning. I was going to get to see the colonies of bacteria that had grown over the weekend, and that's kind of awesome. Hello, I wanted to see that. So I was like, I don't know, Mom. I think I'll just go. She was like, if you say so. So I went, I got ready, and I was actually on time to the bus. I was actually early to the bus stop. So I was standing there, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. You know, it snowed a lot, and the sidewalks were not plowed. The roads were not plowed. What the heck? This is Canada. I, however, hadn't really noticed this. I guess I was still kind of confused from my fall. So I was just standing there and I was like, when are my bus is gonna come? So I pulled out my phone and I checked the app. There's an app that tells you like kind of where the bus is, and it was like, your bus will be arriving in 10 minutes. And I was like, seriously? I came here early for this, but 10 minutes is not that long to wait, and I would still probably catch my next bus because I have to take 3 buses to get to school. Yikes. I decided to wait it out. And I stood there, and about 5 minutes later I checked the app again. And now it was 20 minutes late. And I was like, I don't know what I should do. So I texted my mom and I was like, should I like do something about this situation? But she didn't text back right away, so I waited. And a couple minutes later I checked the app again. And now the bus was half an hour late. The bus comes every half hour. That is equivalent to it just being like, don't really want to show up, I'm not doing it. So I was just sitting there, I was like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be late for school, which is not really a problem, but I had that bacteria lab first period, and like, if I missed that I was gonna be really disappointed. So my mom called me and was like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna walk down to the corner to the bus stop previous to the one that I was at, so that I could see 2 different bus stops from that corner, and whichever bus I saw coming I would run to. So then I had more chances of catching a bus. So I walked down there and I waited and nothing came. And so I texted my mom and she was like, okay, here's the deal. I had been waiting out there for about like 20-25 minutes by then. She was like, if the bus doesn't come in the next 10 minutes, you can come home. And I was like, listen, bacteria lab is maybe not worth waiting, you know, an hour in the cold, so I'm gonna take my mom up on that offer. So I waited, and I was 1 minute away from going home when the bus shows up. And it's not even a different bus. I didn't even need to walk down to that corner. It was the same exact bus that I had been waiting for. I had snow up to my knees because the sidewalks were not plowed at all. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So, the moral of the story is, don't throw yourself out of bed, and don't live in Canada because apparently nobody wants to plow snow around here. Yay! So anyway, that was my horrible Monday the 13th story. If you think Friday the 13th should be changed to Monday the 13th, sign my petition. No, I'm not actually petitioning it, but you could click the like button and subscribe and comment, because that would make me really happy, and it would make the whole thing worth it. That's it from me today. Bye guys!